Tamasha usually explain very quickly. People say it's a film about passion, about your dreams, about choosing your heart over your job. But if that all Tamasha wanted to say, it wouldn't stay with you like this. Because Tamasha doesn't motivate you, doesn't inspire, it disturbs. This film isn't asking you to follow your dreams. It's asking something more far uncomfortable. At what point you start performing your life instead of living it? Tamasha confused people because it's refused to simplify reality. Most films give you a villain, system to fight, a clear escape. Tamasha gives you none of that. The world here is polite, professional and efficient. No one shouts at Ved, no one forces him. And that's the problem. Because the most powerful system don't crush you, they train you. Wade didn't wake up one day feeling empty. He learned how to speak in meetings, how to sound confident, how to smile at right moments. And every time he did it correctly, he was rewarded. Tamasha quietly shows you something terrifying. You don't betray yourself for money. You betray yourself for validation. Corsica feels like freedom, but Corsica has no consequences, no expectation, no future. Ved can be spontaneous because nothing really depends on him. That version of Ved isn't the real one. It's the permitted one, allowed to exist because it doesn't disturb anything, and that's why it's feel alive. Tara is still often misunderstood. She is not the girl who wants Ved to be real. She is not a dream. She is the mirror. Tara doesn't fall in love with Ved. She falls in love with a moment. A version of Ved exists without pressure because she meets him as a story, and stories are easy to love. When Tara meets Ved again in Delhi, she doesn't reject him because he changed. She rejected him because the story ended. The Ved she loved cannot survive routine, and she understands that before Ved does. This is where Tamasha became brutal. Tara reacts the way we do. We applaud authenticity when it's charming. We retreat when it's became unstable. We love being yourself until it disrupts. Tamasha never makes Tara a savior because love cannot fix identity crisis. Love can witness, love can wait, but love cannot carry consequences on your behalf. That's why Tara leaves. Not because Ved failed her, but because Ved chosen himself yet. Some people say Tamasha feels empty. That's intentional. Performance empties you quietly, not with tragedy, with repetitions. Tamasha doesn't dramatize emptiness. It let you sit in it, and people make silence uncomfortable. Ved's breakdown wasn't avoidable. It was inevitable because performance consumes energy, and energy, when it not replenished, turn into exhaustion, then resentment, then collapse. Tamasha understands mental health without naming it. No labels, no diagnosis, just behavior. That's why it's feel real. Ved doesn't win. He doesn't become successful. He doesn't become stable. He chooses uncertainty over emotional suffocation. That's not happiness. That's honesty. Tamasha doesn't promise fulfillment. It promises non-disappearance. When Tamasha released, burnout wasn't a conversation. Today, burnout is normal. Smiling exhaustion is professionalism. Losing yourself is called adulthood. Tamasha didn't change. We did. Tamasha is not about dreams, it's about roles. The roles we performed so long that one day we forgot they were roles. And slowly, performance became permanent. Tamasha often described as a film about passion, but passion was never the conflict. The conflict was performance. How long human can perform a version of himself before that version replaced the original? Even Ved didn't lose himself suddenly. He became functional, and functionality were rewarded. The reward felt like success until it started feeling like disappearance. The breakdown wasn't rebellion, it was recognition. The moment body realized it had been acting for too long. Tamasha doesn't end with freedom, it ends with awareness, and awareness is dangerous because once you notice the performance, you can't unsee it. So when people ask what Tamasha is about, they say dream, they say passion, they say love. But Tamasha was always asking something quieter. How long can you perform before you forgot who the performance was for? And once the question enters in your life, Tamasha doesn't really end. It just continues.